Hi, this video is regarding GCE Advanced Level second paper, which is your language paper. In your language paper, you will be getting 4 questions. Among them, one of the major question is essay writing question, which will be your first question. So essay writing, most of the time, like you are getting essay topics, and it will be a report writing, or it will be a story writing, a narrative topic. But most of you all would like to select essay writing topic, as you find it is quite easier in comparison to story writing and report writing. And also, the marks, it is like you are getting 30 marks for your essay. So among the questions, like with comparison to unseen poem, unseen passage, and précis writing, or we call it as summarizing. So among all those questions, you find essay writing quite easier because you have a kind of freedom. You can make your own essay according to the topic given. But here I thought of doing this video to make you understand, to give you an idea how to write, how to do a complete essay, how to write a complete essay, and what are the things that we have to pay attention when we do an essay. So basically for your essays, you will be getting marks for three. We have 3 criteria. It's like the examiners are checking your language and the content and your organization. Language means how far you have used academic writing, because the examiners are expecting academic writing. You have to do a standard way of writing. Your writing should be standard, and you are not supposed to do simple spelling errors, grammar errors. And your language, your vocabulary should be rich. You have to use rich vocabulary. There should be you can use complex sentences, and you can make your language more advanced. And also, you have to pay attention to your content. So content means what you write in your essay, and it should be a kind of enough essay. Your content should be enough, because you are writing for 30 marks. So your writing, it can be like you might write 3 pages, 4 pages, it depends on your speed. But remember, make sure you write at least 3 pages, because you are writing for 30 marks. So, and the content should be enough, plus that the content should be relevant to the topic. It should be relevant to the given topic. Finally, the most important thing is, and I find it as most important because most of you forget that, organizing your facts. You have to have a proper organization for your essay. You are getting marks for your organization, the way you organize, the way you organize your paragraphs. Paragraph writing, it's a separate lesson, but just in brief, you should know, when you write an essay, you have to divide it into your paragraphs, and every paragraph should contain one unique idea. And all the sentences in your paragraph should be interconnected. The first sentence connects with the second sentence, like that. And also, each paragraph should have one unique idea, and you should develop that idea in your paragraph. Then you can move on to the next paragraph. So when you finish writing the first para, you have to complete that paragraph, and then only you can move on to the next paragraph. And the paragraphs, the way you organize paragraphs, that means the way you organize your essay. So you can't just write, when you see the topic, you can't just write your essay. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes and write down the points. You can just mark down all the points that come to your mind, and then you can encircle the similar points and divide it into paragraphs. Or first think about a proper organization. First para I write about this, second this, third this, like that. Then you can easily make your essay. So that is how you get marks for your essay writing. It's not that easy. You have to arrange it in a proper way if you ask in order to score marks, right? So the topic I thought of going to discuss today, I thought of discussing a sample essay topic. The topic is succeeding without university education. How do a person can how can you success? How can you make you successful without university education? So the topic once again, succeeding without university education. When you get such a topic, the most important thing that you can do is to analyze the main words in your essay, in your topic. So what do you mean by succession? Succeeding means what? That is something that depends from person to person. So what do you mean by success would be different from what I mean by success. For me, succession, to be successful means my confidence. Whenever I have my confidence, that is where my success is. Sometimes a person would feel like money. When you have money, you can be a successful person. Your family will be your success. Like that, it depends. It depends from person to person. So the topic once again, succeeding without university education. So what do you mean by university education? University education is that that is your that can be your goal. Like it can be a goal in your academic life. Most of you all would like to have university education at the end of you get primary education, secondary education, and finally you would like to end up your education with a university education. So, is it university education that gives you the success? That is a question. So, how can a person be successful without university education? You can take this as an argumentative topic. Can a man be successful with university education or not? Do you find people those who achieve their success without university education? Yes, there are. So to be successful, it's one thing, and university education, it's one thing. And also at the same time, you can analyze how university education can make a man successful. So a lot of things to think. So, university education, then you can explain how a person becomes successful, like being a graduate. So, before that, I think it is better to analyze the word succession. What do you mean by to be successful? And also, I think you can explain how we divide the human life. We can divide the human life into different sections. Like we have personal life. We all have a personal life. We have a family life. We have academic life. We have a professional life. And also we can have a spiritual life, eternal life. So we can divide the human life into different categories. So succeeding means what? A man can be successful in his academic life, but at the same time, the man won't be successful in his family life. So succeeding means to be successful from all these things. So university life, university education, you can analyze it under one part of your life. It is your academic life. So university education gives you the success from your academic life, and also it can be your professional as well. When you have the degree, you can have a job, but that also depend on it is depending on some other things, like when you have a university degree does not mean that you are getting a job. Man can be successful from some other things as well. So you can analyze your life like that. Family life, professional life, academic life. So how a man, like what do you mean by to be successful? So successful or to achieve your success You can achieve lot of things. You can to be a successful person, you have to be successful from all those things. You can analyze that in your essay. So what else? Then you can give some examples like is that the how do you find university education as a major thing in your succession? It can be a dream. You all have a dream like to have a university education, but that might not mean to be successful, right? So then you can, and also at the same time you can talk about different people in around the world, in around this country, the ones who became successful, the ones who became famous, or like, once again it depends on the idea of success. What do you mean by be successful? But there's a frame we call this man is a successful man. Maybe from one side, like you can explain like academic life, from his academic life this man is successful, from the professional life this man is successful. So you can define in that way. So you can give examples around the world, people, for example in Sri Lanka, people like Mr. Martin Wickramasinghe. Around the world you find a lot of people, the ones who have no degree at all. It may be like the ones who have no education at all might be became successful. The ones who became like famous, successful, like you find lot of people around the world, from the ones who became successful from their professional life without having education that much. And at the same time you find lot of people even in our country, the ones who are having degrees, but there are people, those who are fighting with the government, asking them to give jobs. The ones with the degrees fighting with the government, asking for the job. So that is, then where is the succession? Do you call them as successful people? If you are successful, then conclusion, you can come up to the conclusion saying like, if you have confidence enough, if you can find a job, if you can't find a job for your degree, you can do something else. You can achieve lot of things in your life. University degree would be one thing only in your life, but that does not mean the succession. Like, to be successful does not mean, it is not equal to a university degree. It is only one path, one door that you can open for the road of succession. But there are some other doors. You can find some other things to be successful. So it's just only one thing. So I think those points would be enough for you to make a complete essay. So let's see how it goes when you get a topic like that. First of all, like as I mentioned you earlier, analyze the words, think what you can write, what can be the conclusion, and also come up to an idea what type of a topic is this, what type of writing the examiners are expecting from this. Whether the examiners are expecting academic we have different, like argumentative writing, writing to persuade, narrative writing, descriptive writing. So whether the examiners are expecting a descriptive writing, argumentative writing, or whether you are supposed to do a writing to persuade, whether you are going to persuade your examiner through this writing. So like that, think what kind of approach, how do I approach to the topic? Essay writing is not that easy. It's not just a very easy task. But if you pay attention to all these points that we discussed, you can write a good essay and you can easily score marks. Remember, you are getting marks out of 30 for the second paper, which means a big amount, right? And but personally I find essay writing is a kind of easy question in comparison to other questions in the second paper where you can score more marks. So I hope you understood, you got some ideas from the video, and let's meet with another video soon. See you. Have a nice day.